Hey, Josh.
Nope.
Josh.
What's
My size for my shoes, right? Yeah, I $10. From where? I ate earlier. Could you just bring me a small burrito?
It's banging right now.
Huh? Alright, yeah. Just being cup. Bring me a drink back. I didn't get the invite, Jax. Bring me a drink back.
I sent the stream to the group chat.
Well, I can't watch it, cause just tell me what channel.
No, freaking click on the stream so you can go into it.
How? I can't do that because then I'll lag at the party.
Okay.
Okay, Jax, as I was telling you, my shoe
so
size is like in the middle for price, because as soon as you go lower for me, it's higher price.
There you go.
As soon as you go higher, it's higher price.
Exactly like that.
Wait, I'm back.
Well, they kind of bad though.
Okay.
I can't believe you're not subscribed.
I mean, it's better if I search it up than looking through my subscriptions.
Oh, how many are you subscribed to? Like 1,000 channels?
Yeah.
I'm subscribed to almost 200, I think.
Yeah, I'd say I'm about to subscribe to this too.
Just so you know, when I loaded up the game, it said all the characters are above the age of 18.
Hey guys, I'm in New York City just hanging out. Hey guys, I'm in New York City just hanging out.
Okay, I'm back.
Alright. Tell me when you're in the stream, yeah.
Oh wow, that must be terrible. I wonder how much
Alright, I'm in.
Fahrenheit.
My buffet a little bit though.
What?
My buffet a little bit. Anything, I'm just gonna get off. I'm washing my car.
Okay.
Alright, see ya.
See ya. Oh, I need to enter my name. Okay, but what should I name the character? Okay, bro. I don't know what to name it, yo. What should I name it? Frick. I don't know. I don't want to enter like my name. But I do want to enter player. No, I'm not calling myself player. Frick, bro.
Hello? What about me? No, you're not in this episode.
Alright, these. We're calling them these. Okay, hey. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and I deal in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Yup. Ah. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Hey, you say that like you say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's me. That's mean, these. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine, but you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to the school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that it did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay. There's a lot of talking. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. It's a lot of talking. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello, Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to your club. How do you say that? Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be a fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. I bet we're going. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs to a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, D's, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's also the one who made cupcakes according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, these. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little. You too, Monica. Come sit down, Deez. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Bro, they got tea in a classroom? What? I want to be in this class. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? The teeth look so weird. Ta-da! What? Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. What is this? What's happening? The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica, and I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. She waiting for me to take a bite. I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you, dummy. Mean. Alright. I gave up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismissed the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not insulted. Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader at the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics of around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica's really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. The music is really good, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate, right everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best, you know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls are interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining, though I still don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So D's, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga, I mutter quietly to myself, half jokingly. Natsuki's head suddenly pops up. It looks like she wants to say something but keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at a minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. God, really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri, for someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that, but if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud and give that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. So he always slides up. Hey, yo, slides up behind and puts her hands on behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Question mark. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll share them all with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us get all a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Deez? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back in the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. I said Roy may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made my decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought you all, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right, okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yeah, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Deez, I look forward to seeing how you can express yourself. Yeah, can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Deez, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day at the school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Alright, it's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, well, can I go ahead and save, I guess. Alright, bet. Okay, who do I want to write to? You know what? Kind of digging Natsuki, yo. It says she cute. She likes cute stuff. So I'll go with that. Milk. Boom. Why? Yes. Lollipop. I'm a god at this. Beauty? Oh, frick. Okay. That looks cute. Nice. Frick, no sugar? Okay. Skirt. Nice. Let's go. Insane chocolate. Yes. Valentine. Yes. Play. No. Charm. No. Feather. Shoot. Pink. Okay, there we go. Back on track. Bunny. Alright, nice. Twirl. Let's go. Anime. Papa. Yeah. Rainbow. No. Playground. Last one. Candy. Let's go. Okay, I think I did pretty well. Writing to the girl with the pink hair. Hi, Candy. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Deez. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join a club this year. And last year, too. Oh, you know. My food. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. I'm very intimidated. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the classroom. Roasted. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. What is it, manga? So manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry guys, Deez always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with my busy work without me even asking. I cook and clean my room. How dependable. So wait, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting, and you almost set your house on fire once. That's so. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and these two become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activity for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I hear Natsuki order and it's What is that? It's the sprayed sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stat books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point, because it's kind of written on your face. Besides, okay. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a low volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious to pour out the stack. There it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns into a box of manga and slips a volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. A little closer look at the box that she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it right. You can do it through the glass on the door. She points at the glass on the door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, D's. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Perfect Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attires, striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly Mo. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arms and pulls me out the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsill. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Oh, why's that? I guess it's easier to be closer like this. Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I say it's particularly a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading it than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I finish the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kinda grew out of these since it was rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously, you think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things, like there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters, and besides, it's still entertaining. And later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like, when they get into all their backstories and some of the romance starts to happen, that's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait, what's that supposed to mean? Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power. Good save. The chapter seems like it's about baking. That's just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, hello. I'm currently reading through this story and I'm having a lot of fun. Well, currently I'm sitting on the floor next to a girl reading a manga with her, so that's a start. I'm gonna be reading out the lines, bro.
Please don't.
Well, I'm not gonna read in my mind. If you wanna hear me, then I'll mute myself then. She pauses for a moment.
Oh lord.
As if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah.
Yes sir. Picasso, keep going.
Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. I'm having so much fun. These goldfish are really good. I'm gonna get off soon. Top bored. Kind of bored because I know once I get done playing this, I'm not gonna have anything to do. So, yeah. Alright, you ready? I'm going back in. I just happened to get baking around the same time as I got this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's a manga. If you haven't guessed, this person likes manga. You even know what that is? What? What? Okay. I feel bad for anyone that's impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick out from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Yo! She's kinda bad. We read on for a few minutes. I finished a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not, even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that, if you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Oh, sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just take manga with your kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, oh, you still haven't grown out of that yet? I just want to punch them in the face. Damn. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Bro, she's staring into my eyes. She kind of cute.
Indeed, word.
Word. She said, Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Bro, check her eyes. What?
Is Josh even here or no?
No.
When did he leave the party?
I mean, I feel like I can't even sleep in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. Yo. Abusive father alert? There's always an abusive father and everything. At least it's safe here in this club. Mom, I'm kind of a jerk about it. I can't win, can I? But it paid off in the end, didn't it? Dude, the music's so freaking loud. I need to lower it. I'm going to settings. Music volume is so loud. That's nice. I want to have it in the background, you know what I mean? Like kind of softly playing in the background. Perfect. That would be perfect. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Dude, this goldfish is really good. Not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. Man, I'm gonna just end the stream. No one's even in it, yo. What? Oh, okay. Good point. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? She says nothing. She looks over in distress. Says nothing. So? Aha. Jeez, that's enough. Get what we're bonding. I can feel it.
We're gonna build a relationship.
I can feel the bonding happening. I flip the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. Ah ha ha ha. I totally forgot that happened. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori, I think, is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. Well, if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, from whom it's a rare experience. The thought makes me smile a little to myself. Dude, my voice is gonna hurt bad after this. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poem? So yeah, I had to write a poem to someone, and I wrote it to the girl I was talking to. Well, like, you're not supposed to write it like directly to them, but like in their style, what they like, you know. And I wrote it to her. Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry, I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you did look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's got to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Damn, that sucks. It was almost arguable. She was right next to me and then she freaking went a foot away from me. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb, just take it home with you. Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I didn't really plan out to use my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. God damn. Your librarian ever say that? Like, when you were reading, and she'd say like, don't bend the pages? But no one listened, because it's just a way to have a bookmark without getting a bookmark. By tomorrow, I only got part way through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Ooh! Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then, I stand up, I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Dude, this sucks talking this much. I can't breathe, yo. Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Dude, freaking poem days were the worst in school. Writing poems in school was the worst. Because they're so complex for what? Alright. gonna stop playing for now. My voice hurts. Alright, I'm gonna end this stream.